be beating me no fight. Come on now, let's be logical.
I know she can't beat you, but I'm tired of folks saying she can beat you. I know they can't. Like, I be like, man, that girl is a trained fighter.
And sparring, because I think I'm gonna do some sparring. I'm never in my life did sparring. I wanna do it. I wanna do some sparring.
On Twitter, and put up on Twitter and go say, I fight Tesehki Ivory. One thing about me, you'll fight me, but I'm gonna train the same way you gonna train. I will beat the fuck out of her. Fuck is you talking about? Yes, if I train and then smoke and drink, cause what she got so amped up off of is from drugs and alcohol. Like, no training. This is just natural. Bitch, you train every day. Bitch, you can't do a fight without training, ho. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me do the training you doing, and let me not be off that weed and poppers. Bitch, I'm the motherfucking champion on this bitch.
A Christian sister. And people ask me, do I think I can beat her in a fight? I said, do I think or do I know? She needs to be checking her fans and not checking me or trying to clock my teeth. Talking about she used to like me. Girl, you never came to a fight. You never said congrats on a motherfucking world championship. You never mentioned me in a good light. So no, you did not ever like me, and that doesn't matter to me. But to sit here and say you can whoop some ass and you out here popping pills and doing everything you're doing, you're not gonna whoop nobody ass. You need to go to rehab and get that shit out your system. You need help.
Let's talk about Tesehki, who actively creates drama in addition to it. This woman is giving people a front-row ticket to one of the most outrageous feuds we've witnessed this year. And she's never let a battle end. Welcome back to Stardom Empire, where we serve tea hot with extra steam instead of just spilling it. Tesehki didn't just clap back when Claressa Shields made fun of Tesehki. Instead, she took charge of the issue with a bold gesture that sent the internet into a tailspin. Before flaunting, she reportedly cuddled up to Papoose to make sure Claressa saw every bit of it. The entire online atmosphere discussed a digital knockout. She's been on 10 since calling Tesehki a rude imposter and saying that if she ever saw her in person, there would be genuine smoke. She specifically said she better not let me catch her. She's not only hot, but she's also louder than ever, unflappable and unshaken. Without exaggeration, she has been telling everyone that she has the hands and reflexes of a natural fighter. She claims that no woman in the entire camper gym would train in the same manner as Claressa. Might touch her or match her enthusiasm, but she's also sticking to one thing. Tesehki has alleged on multiple occasions that Claressa started the altercation by making subtle comments and causing Tesehki to respond by throwing the first punch with words instead of fists. Online users are divided, though, with some accusing Tesehki of being petty and others arguing that she is simply being honest after she escalated the matter and put the nail in the coffin. But one thing is for sure, Tesehki is unmatched at mind games, and she isn't scared to compete, either in person or digitally.
Lady, I remember the first time you called me out. I remember. You called me and Ivory out. You was like, ain't no street bitch beating me up. That's what she said. She's like, she had 100K. She's like, I got 100K for you, Tesehki or Ivory. And then the hashtag was like, ain't no street bitch beating me up.
More than just Claressa lit the match that started all this drama. Let's fast forward the tape. All of a sudden, the receipts are in plain sight. On social media, Claressa brazenly announced that she had $10,000 in cash for any lady who believed she could compete against her. She said, your city, state, and country. If you think you're bad, then step up. She wanted all the smoke, regardless of whether you were a professional boxer or simply a regular person. Now, the internet went nuts as soon as the post went live because, well, putting on that type of flex isn't something you do for fun. It was a direct challenge to the streets. As you are already aware, her name was frequently brought up in the comments, and she was being tagged with statements such as, yo, this is your fight. This fight was the one that had everyone eager for true, serious combat, even if they already knew better than to test Tessie. When she flips her switch, havoc ensues. She's smiling at you 1 minute, and then you're waking up in a hospital with loose teeth and a large bill. Someone questioned Claressa directly if she still thought she could take Tesehki during her appearance on that interview series, popped the balloon. You know what? Claressa refused to back down. Instead, she boldly asserted that Tesehki and all the other women on Baddies were completely inadequate in comparison to her. In that scene, it was evident that she takes the fight game far more seriously than everyone else, trains harder, and maintains a cleaner lifestyle. She claims that while Tesehki is tough on the streets, she couldn't hold her own against someone who was made for the sport.
I know she can't beat you, but I'm tired of folks saying that she can beat you. I know they can't. Like, I be like, man, that girl is a trained fighter.
I appreciate that, but you know what? I got a lot of respect for Tesehki and Krishan. If Tesehki ever wanted to do it, I would do it. But
I know your man, though.
She beating those girls up on Baddies. Them girls ain't
No
never
training.
trained.
Yeah.
They got body work
I know
done.
God.
Yeah, it's different.
You already know. Tesehki had no intention of keeping quiet once the Claressa interview video started making the rounds. Before anyone could reload their stream and be certain she had a lot to say, Tesehki went live with fire at her fingertips.
Only way Claressa would be able to fight me is if I were to be a professional fucking fighter. If I go and train the same amount of time that she trained, and then I would get in the paint and beat the fuck out of whoever.
Since Claressa probably shouldn't have gotten into this kind of situation in the first place. This is when things start to get out of control. Since she is an Olympic medalist, a certified boxing champion, and a world-class athlete, many questioned why she was making fun of people online, like it was open mic night, instead of focusing on training camps, sponsorship agreements, and getting better in the ring. Somehow, Claressa became entangled in the bizarre web of street drama. And as soon as Tesehki's gaze was fixed on her, it was Tesehki wasn't going to let that pass when she was invited to go on the Jason Lee show. She made extensive use of the microphone, yelling at Claressa by name and going on a verbal assault in which she accused her of acting abnormally. As if she couldn't stand to witness another woman win medals in lane. Girl, please respect the sport. But don't come for me like I haven't been through real stuff, Tesehki said during the show. You train to fight, I fight to live. There's a big difference.
Twitter and put up on Twitter and gonna say, I fight Tesehki Ivory. One thing about me, you'll fight me, but I'm gonna train the same way you're gonna train. I will beat.
Claressa?
Yes, if I train and didn't smoke and drink, because what she got so amped up off of is from drugs and alcohol. Like, no training. This is just natural. Train every day. You can't do a fight without training, ho. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me do your training you doing, and let me not be off that weed and popping.
This wasn't just a dispute. It was something that had been boiling beneath the surface for a minute. And it was evident that Tesehki had been holding some significant tension toward Claressa. She felt that Claressa's remarks were more than just criticism. They were plain contempt, and her speech was more intimate than a few internet teases, as if she didn't take her seriously. Claressa had been teasing her here and there to get attention. According to Tesehki was simply interested in her boxing performance and didn't buy that. She was eventually sick of it. And let's face it, many in the boxing community love to claim that there's no contrast between a professional athlete and a street fighter. Claressa is so skilled at the game that she is an Olympic athlete. Tesehki has said that it would end if she had Claressa's resources, coaching caliber, and entire sports setup. I believe in her raw power, natural instincts, unfiltered aggression, and survival skills that no training camp can teach, she said, adding that she would wipe the floor with her rather than just compete against her in the ring. It is demonstrated by years of organized training, rigorous discipline, and certified belts.
I'm a natural trained killer. Natural born trained killer. So if I really went and trained and sparring, because I think I'm gonna do some sparring. I've never in my life did sparring. I wanna do it. I wanna do some sparring. Because like all the sparring that you guys see me doing on Baddies and the fights that people see me do when I was a child, that all was just natural. So I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna make me some professional training. Then we gonna see what's going on.
Most celebrities choose to ignore the drama they are surrounded by every day. But this time, instead of laughing it off, Claressa listened to all Tesehki had to say. Rather than even hitting mute, she lashed back. Instead of continuing the conversation, Claressa to place $300,000 on the table. This is not an easy task. Tesehki was paid $200 and instructed to meet her in the ring. Many were taken aback since it was more than just a flex. It was Claressa's way of saying, here's your chance if you truly believe you can hang with me. Just gloves and lights, no talk, no Twitter, fans on all platforms. The sports sector and entertainment websites began to create a lot of talk.
Another poll. Again. I'll make another one. I'm going to put, who do you think I should fight? Who do you think will give me a better fight out of these two women here? And I'm going to put me in the middle. I'm going to put me in the middle. And I'm going to put Krishan's sister on one side. And I'm probably going to put Ivory on the other side. Or I'm going to put Krishan's sister on one side and put Dolly on the other. And
Let's face it. Claressa was getting so caught up in this whole thing that she was beginning to look a little too much. Although Tesehki did say what she said, did a world champion really need to engage in all of this back? And fourth, Claressa received a lot of criticism from fans who thought she was going too far, telling her that the remarks were hurtful and included things like, why are you pressed over a reality TV girl? You should concentrate on your title. But Claressa was having none of it, and she responded to the criticism in a way that made it clear how severely offended she felt. She asserted that the harsh comments made by Tesehki or Tesehki were the only reason she was behaving in this manner. And defaming her name on the internet, she declared that she would not tolerate such remarks against her. She wasn't going to back down because her pride was on the line. But Tesehki had other plans, and her next action, baby, was surprising while Claressa was still attempting to fight with her fists. Tesehki posted a picture a few days ago that went viral online. The man in the photo was none other than Papoose, the man Claressa is openly dating and who nearly caused Claressa and Remy Ma to get into a separate argument. Tesehki recently tweeted the selection along with a remark, "Ciao, your ninja knows who the champ, my lord." Right there, that BR line. Despite being a single image, the message was clear and the passion was loud. Everyone murmured, some gasped, others grinned, and everyone was stunned. In a single stroke, both shade and outright power. People are claiming that Tesehki wanted Claressa to feel it clearly, and that she didn't just publish that picture to stir things up. If reports are to be believed, that film was a statement rather than a coincidental or accidental connection. Claressa had better quit playing games before Tesehki snatches everything away. Tesehki can have what she wants when she wants. Even though Claressa had the training, the medals, and the belts, Tesehki prevailed this time without a single blow. She simply pressed one finger on the phone, dropped a picture, typed a vicious caption. And then havoc ensued, all without even donning gloves or exerting much effort. It was an example of a power move that belongs in the Petty Hall of Fame. Claressa was reportedly incensed behind the scenes because Tesehki made her look weak in front of the entire internet, which was deeply hurtful for someone who had built her entire persona on being tough and untouchable. Claressa made a hasty attempt to outshine it, but she responded with a post of her own. She ended the picture with the caption, "Good morning to my man and my man only." She was posing with Papoose, as though nothing had changed. Everyone knew it was a digital SOS, even though she was trying hard to downplay the damage and act indifferent. In an effort to get Tesehki to agree to the fight as quickly as possible, she kept posting more subliminals, more shade, and more captions. She even started reaching out to others behind the scenes. Claressa appeared to be phoning people and contacting insiders to arrange the fight herself, but fans were starting to criticize her during this time.